Today's episode of DRL is brought to you by Hella Cocktail Company. My guests don't just come to DRL for me. They also come for the cocktails. Luckily, my friends at Hella Cocktail Company have my back. These guys make amazing mixes, from Bloody Mary to Margarita to Moscow Mule. They also make cocktail bitters, my secret ingredient, and now yours too. It's easy to feel like the best bartender in town when every bottle comes with a simple recipe on it. Hella Cocktail Company, bold flavor, real ingredients, hospitality. Mixing it up since 2011. Shop the collection on Amazon Prime or use code DRL online at hellacocktail.co for free shipping. Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of DRL, where we're talking everything dating, relationships, and love. I'm your host, Tanisha Wood. The funniest thing just happened. So my guest, Inayah. Hi, Inayah.
Well, hello there.
She was saying, we were doing a mic check, and she's like, yeah, I really don't like the sound of my voice. I'm like, nobody does. It's like a whole thing where people just don't like the sound of their own voices. And then she's like, do you think dogs don't like the sounds of their barks?
It just seemed like it would make sense, though.
How are you doing tonight?
Not too shabby. I have some great company here. I'm pretty excited.
Good. So tell us about you. How old are you? Where do you live? What do you do?
Oh,
what's your dating status?
Boring. Okay, so I am currently 31, but 25 if you don't ask. I am from Jersey, good old-fashioned Jersey girl. I am newly unsingle, if that's the thing to call it these days. And I say unsingle because I don't really know if I'm ready to categorize it as a relationship yet. I don't know.
Why?
I just feel like, it's just a lot of new things and new challenges with this particular person. I think just because of the age gap in itself. So it's like, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that much of a challenge right now.
Wait, so he is your official boyfriend,
He
though?
is my official boyfriend. But you're not listening. Do not listen to this. But yes.
But you're not ready to quite...
No, you know what it is? He's my boyfriend, but I don't know if I see long term.
Okay.
Maybe that was better wording.
So,
but you're still my boo.
Which is fine. So can I ask, why make him your boyfriend if you don't see it going long term?
Because I like to stay optimistic. Like, I don't know if it's going to turn out into something else. It's like it's like you have high hopes for something, but you kind of you're prepared for if it doesn't turn out so great. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of where I am. Like, I'm okay if it doesn't work out, but it's like I also don't want to put so much hope into it in case it doesn't work out. But if it does, that's cool too.
So for you, what's the difference, I guess, with the boyfriend title versus we're just seeing or talking or dating?
I feel like the just seeing or talking or dating kind of leaves room for them to kind of venture out and do other things and not be interested in me.
So other people?
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm really selfish.
So you're like, I'll get to know more while I'm in the relationship. I don't need to necessarily know everything before getting into the relationship.
I think it depends on how attracted I am to that person, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because I can be really attracted to someone and not want to be with them, if that makes sense. Probably not.
Explain further.
So it's, I guess, in that particular situation, is more of a sexual thing. Like, I'm sexually attracted to you, but I don't really want to be your girlfriend because I kind of see how you are as a person. So I wouldn't have high hopes for us in a relationship.
What do you want it to be?
I think that because, like I mentioned before, because he is so young, that he has so much to kind of learn. So I think that I'm excited for like him having new experiences, but kind of having someone to lead him there almost, like kind of telling him like, listen, this is what you need to experience.
You don't mind being this teacher person right now?
Not with life. I can teach you about life, but in a physical aspect, I can't teach you shit. I'm sorry. No, I can't teach you anything. I don't have the patience. I can't do it. That's not going to work out. But I think that I want to share, what it is that I do know. So if I encounter someone that kind of really hasn't been through anything, it's like, look, I've been through this. So, maybe you can kind of either take my advice or just kind of, it can help you sway in whatever direction it is that you're going in.
So what do you like about this guy?
He's funny. He has a personality where I feel like he's like me in a sense where I feel like my personality is kind of based off of sarcasm. And it's funny because like a couple years ago, I used to watch House a lot. Mm-hmm. And I always said that he was like my personality twin. Like his personality on TV was like me in real life. Just sarcastic.
Can you describe it a bit? I actually didn't watch House. I know the show.
He's legit an asshole, but he's so funny and so real. And I kind of feel like I'm an asshole, but only if you know me. Like if you don't know me, you kind of don't feel like I'm being an asshole. So, it's one of those type of things, which actually helps you a lot in the customer service world. Because it's like
being a little bit of enough of an asshole.
Just enough of an asshole for the customer to feel like he's being a dick, but at the same time, it's okay. I don't need to complain. One of those type of things. Let me not sign a complaint. You're right. I was a little bit of a jerk. It's okay. It's both of us. It's all right. We see eye to eye. We know what's going on here. We're good. So yeah, that's kind of how that works.
And I just reached over and got my wine, and I realized I had these cards, and we're going to play a game.
Oh, boy.
I forgot about these cards. So
well, I love games, so this is great.
Yeah, me too. We have that in common. We're both game people. A couple friends of ours, Mike and Megan, started this company, and they created this card game, and it's called Actually Curious. And the reason they created it is for people to get to know each other, and because they felt like people were just focused on their affiliations, political affiliations, their affiliations with schools or certain groups. And so they were like, well, let's not like focus on those things. Like, let's get to know each other as human beings. So these are all questions. I'm going to pick random ones. I'm not even going to look.
Okay. Can I just say?
You want to pick it?
No. All I did was look at the box, and I kind of already want to like take it home and feel like I need to play this game.
Okay. Pick a card, any card.
All right.
I'm horrible at card games, so I feel good about this one though.
Kind of terrible at spreading them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, see, I am bad at card games. Let me ask it.
Oh. Okay.
Did you look at it already?
Was I not supposed to? I'm sorry.
No, see, now you've ruined it. Okay. Get another one.
Well, you got to tell me all the instructions.
Don't look at the card. Take the card, hand it to me.
Okay, great.
Question 1. Okay. When do you feel most secure?
I don't know. Do we mean like in a physical way? Or?
However you take it.
When do I feel most secure? Wow, I feel like it's like an SAT question. Is this open? Is it multiple choice or?
It's open book.
Okay.
It's open heart.
Oh,
write that down.
Terrible. Okay, so honestly, I feel like when I'm sleeping, and I hate to say when I'm sleeping because not actually in the state of being asleep, but just that moment of vulnerability, when you're with your significant other and they're kind of like just spooning you a little bit.
When you're in that little nook of the armpit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That little armpit nook.
Yeah.
I like that little nook.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I feel like the most secure because it's like you're not facing me, so you don't see my face. You don't really see like, okay, now I'm kind of being vulnerable or sensitive. And I think for me personally, because I kind of have this, I've always been so guarded, like with my emotions in general. It's just like when you're in that position, it's like you just got to melt a little bit, and it's like you can't help it.
I do love that little nook.
Yes.
When is the last time you felt secure?
Oh, this morning.
Oh,
I know. It was kind of.
Was there a little? What was the bed talk?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the word for that? They don't call it bed talk.
Pillow talk.
Pillow talk. What's the pillow talk?
We don't talk much in bed.
We're busy doing other things. We don't have time to talk there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, yes.
Okay. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Question 2. How do you love? Not who do you love?
I know.
Are you
Right?
for sure?
That is my song.
Not that one, but how do you love?
That did come close first in mind. How do I love? You know, it's funny because I just put an Instagram post up the other day, and it said, "Imagine being loved the way that you love."
I saw that one, and I liked it.
And
literally and figuratively.
Yes, and that is literally and figuratively how I felt, because, you know, I always felt like for me to fall in love with someone, I love wholeheartedly. You know, it's one of those things where if I love you, I love hard. You know, one of those type of things. Like, I'll do anything for you. And not one of those things where like, oh, you go to jail, I'll do a bit. Can't do that. But but like, I got you. Like, you know, mentally I got you. Like, I could be that support system. You know, physically, you know, I got you. I'm going to look out for your best interests as well as my own. You know, I'm just that type of person, and I just think that it just comes with my nature, regardless if I'm, you know, with a significant other or just family in general. Just, I'm just one of those, you know, nurturing type of people, and I know how I want to be loved and treated. So it's like, maybe if I can show someone exactly how I want to be loved, then they can love me exactly how I want to be loved, you know? Like one of those type of see and repeat.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I wish that we were right.
I know.
I wish that we were both right about that. And that's something I feel like I'm learning right now is I've always had that same philosophy. It's like, well, if you just see the things that I do for you and you just do those same things for me, we'll be good. But it literally sometimes requires you to be like, this is the exact thing I want. Even if you just saw me do it, it might not register. So it's like, you literally have to say, here is the thing I want. Do this thing. And I get so frustrated with that just because I feel the same way where I'm like, well, just do the things you see me doing for you. But that's not how everybody loves.
That should not be hard.
But that's not how everybody loves.
And I don't understand that. I don't know if it's like a upbringing type of thing. Like
not necessarily.
Maybe you needed some extra hugs. Or
No.
maybe you just never had it from someone that wasn't family, so you don't know. Or you have some
love
trust issues.
looks different for everybody. And
True.
if you think about it, like if you think about the love languages, right? So one person might feel love from hearing somebody say, I love you. The other person might feel love from you doing things for them. So another person might feel love from touch, etc., whatever. But how the things you're doing, it doesn't necessarily translate for a person if they're not speaking the same language. So you might be like, well, I'm telling you I love you all day long and I want that. But for them, if that's not their love language, they're like, well, that doesn't mean much to me. So whatever.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's so funny that you say that, because I literally was talking to my boyfriend about this the other day. Mm-hmm. And okay, so he's younger than I am by about 4 years. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't been in a relationship in a really long time. So him being in a relationship with me, I kind of feel like, you know, it's new for both of us. You know, me having to deal with that kind of age dilemma, and you kind of being so green, quote unquote, in a sense of, you know, being in a relationship and knowing what to do or how to do certain things. So I kind of feel like I make a lot of excuses for it. Not excuses, but, you know, I try to meet you halfway. I am noticing that I do have to show and have patience with a lot of things. The communication thing I find is extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. And I think that for me, because I've been through more in different types of relationships, I've learned that communication is legit the key to everything.
100%.
If you do not voice what the issue is, what you want, what you like, or even just not even about you, just learning about the other person. If you don't ask questions, because not everybody can voice what it is that what they like or what the issue is or what they're into. Mm-hmm. So, you know, sometimes you kind of have to pry into someone's personal space because they're not used to letting someone in. And I've noticed that dealing with my boyfriend currently is, you know, he's used to his own personal space. You know, he's used to a lot of, you know, his alone time. You don't have to answer to anybody because you haven't been in a relationship. So that communication is a lot harder for him because he hasn't had to do it. And not for nothing, you haven't had to, you know, you haven't been in a relationship. So it's not anybody to answer to. So meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like constantly asking you questions like, okay, I'm giving you the chance to say XYZ. Say XYZ. So I could just not, you know, go off the deep end. But you don't. So then I go off the deep end.
What does he say, though, when you bring this up?
He does that thing, you know, that you were just talking about. Or if I say it, that's what I mean. But I'm one of those, like, no, you got to show it type of people. So you can't just say you like me or you want to be with me. You can't just say you miss me. I need you to prove it. Like, you got to come over here and show me that you miss me. You got to come over here and show me that you want to be with me. You got to show me that you like me.
Right.
Because I can't go off of the text messages and the, oh, I like you. No.
Have you told him this, like you're telling us?
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Has he made an attempt to change things or do things in a different way based on the feedback that you've given?
I feel like he's definitely trying. That's why I feel also that I do have to have more patience because I can't just expect people to change and kind of go out of their norm overnight, you know?
Right.
And
how long's it been now?
Not long at all. I was actually just about to say that. Like, we've only been together about a month. So,
but how long were you dating before that?
Maybe about 2 months. All together about 3 months.
Okay.
So not that long. And
it's still fresh.
Yeah, it's still fresh. And I'm still trying to still trying to get him accustomed to regular just human things. Like,
what is he, an alien? I'm just trying to get him accustomed to Earth and the fact that we don't have spaceships, right? We have cars.
No, exactly. But I mean, like, just regular human communication, you know, like me asking you a question is not me, you know, trying to be into your business. It's just making casual conversation, you know, just things that I've become accustomed to being in a relationship that I've seemed to always been somehow in my life. Now coming into a new one with someone who's not used to being in a relationship, it's like, okay, so you're not voluntarily telling me what you're doing and where you're going, and so now I gotta
So
ask
it's making you feel like kind of the motherly.
Yes.
Because you're already a little bit older.
So. Yes.
And he's not communicating. You have to be like, okay, what are you doing? Where are you going? And it's not because you want to do that.
And then you feel like the mom.
Right.
You don't want to feel like the mom. I mean, granted, I am a MILF, but I'm not like, I don't want to be his mom.
I already have a child. I don't need a 27-year-old one.
There we go. And like, I think that's just more so what I don't want. You know, like, I don't want him to think that I'm trying to come in and be like overbearing.
Has he mentioned that? Has he said that you're overbearing?
No, he hasn't.
But why do you feel like that if he hasn't indicated that he feels that way?
Because I have a tendency to predict people's feelings. You know, one of those things that's completely impossible.
No.
I do that all the time. And I'm not always wrong. But I have been wrong. And it doesn't always go my way. But I have also been told more often than not to stop telling people how they feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that's a good step one.
Well, I mean,
do you ask him, like, how are you feeling about, like, have you said this to him? Like, hey, I know that, you know, we have different communication styles and that might have something to do with our age. It might not. But sometimes when I'm reaching out, asking you what's going on, what are you doing, where are you at? It's not because, you know, I want to be your mom, but I'm just trying. That's how I communicate in a relationship. Like, how have you said it, like, plainly?
No, but I think you should write that down for me.
Well, it's recorded, so
I'm gonna play that one for him. Like, listen, I gotta ask you something.
Here's a question.
Hold on, real
Holds
quick.
phone up.
Exactly, like those exact words. I mean, I think that if I worded it that way, that maybe it would be a little more understanding. You know, just. I mean, there's no way that you can't be understanding.
Yeah.
Like that. You just be like an asshole.
Like, this is just how I feel. I'm not saying my feelings are right. I'm not saying your actions are wrong. I'm just saying, like, this is the current situation.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like, come on, bruh. Like, how you going to be in a relationship and you think you don't have to tell the person that you're with anything?
But honestly, Inayah, this is the thing I'm learning. This is my big lesson from 2018. No, and I've learned this from guests that have come on the show. Every relationship is different. So there are some relationships where I see you once a week. I don't talk to you until I see you, and I see you when I see you, and we have fun when we see each other, and that's that. And that's their relationship. But it's not, there's no one definition of what a relationship is. Like, there's nowhere is it written like a relationship is we text twice a day, call once a day, see each other 3 times a week. Like, there's no definition. So that's you guys are creating it from the ground up, and you have to get on the same page as to what that looks like. But he's not wrong for not checking in with you. He's just that's not the way he's previously done it. Or at all, if he's never done it. So it's like you guys just have to establish what that looks like together.
We got to come to some sort of medium.
Yeah, because it has to be a conversation. The thing that can't happen, which my biggest 2018 lesson is making assumptions about what people know and what they don't know. Because particularly if you're dealing with somebody intelligent, you'll assume that they know things that they don't know. You'll assume that they know how you're feeling because you said a certain thing, or you looked a certain way, or you had a certain attitude.
That's so true.
And so, but I don't care how intelligent a person is, nobody is Miss Cleo up in here. It's just, they're not.
You know what's funny?
Except for me, I'm Jamaican. Wagwan.
You know what's so funny? I found myself saying that to him earlier today. Like, those exact words. And he said to me, like, you're not Miss Cleo.
Well, look at this coming full circle. What does that tell you?
And I'm like, how do you know? You don't know. You don't even know what Miss Cleo looks like. You're too young.
That's the biggest lesson. I hope everybody takes that. Nobody is a mind reader.
This is true.
So be upfront. Okay. That was a good one, right?
That was pretty good. I might have to look into that deck.
Yes, on Amazon.com. Actually curious. Question 3. Name 3 things you're grateful for and why.
Should I just sing Ariana Grande now?
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
do you have a beautiful singing voice as well?
I definitely
I say as well, but I don't. No.
So we're going to have a duet going here. Okay. No, you know what? I am, number one, grateful for the way that I was raised. Mm-hmm. I think that the way that I was raised kind of helped set the tone for a lot of the things that I've encountered in life. You know, just the people that you encounter, the way that you approach different situations. I'm not going to say my mom has necessarily taught me a lot, but I've watched a lot. You know, my mom is a very strong individual, and she has been, you know, by her, I don't want to say by herself, but, you know, my dad died at an early age, and then she remarried, and then he passed away, unfortunately. So it was kind of like, you know, she kind of was by herself with all of these children. So she was like she was her own support system.
Right.
And, you know, the way that she handled things, I can honestly say that I have never seen my mom cry until she was maybe diagnosed with cancer like 8 years ago.
Wow.
Like, other than that, I've never seen my mom cry. And I think that from, you know, just that right there just kind of always made me feel like I can't ever let anybody see me cry. Mm-hmm. Because it's like I need to be just as strong as she was. And, you know, with any situation, whether it be work or, you know, school or home or whatever it was, it just seemed to be one of those things that you can kind of just fit for any situation, mm-hmm. you know. I would say secondly...
But you do know it's okay to cry.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. I kind of learned that later on in life. Mm-hmm. It definitely took a while, but just personally, I'm not an emotional person. Mm-hmm. But like crying just still wasn't never my thing. And it's crazy because, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I do say to my daughter on more than enough occasions that pretty girls don't cry. Mm. And it's only because I don't want her to feel like, she would be taken advantage of if she cried. You know, like a lot of people see that as a weakness, and they see pretty girls as to be weak, you know, just in general. Mm. And I just want her to be, you know, that strong individual. Growing up with brothers and sisters, you kind of develop this shell, mm-hmm. you know, so you're immune to certain things, like even little things like bullying. those are your first bullies. Is your brothers or your sisters or whatever it is. My daughter doesn't have that. You know, she just has school. So if she encounters those things, it's like you don't want other people to see you cry and then see that weakness in you, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, you kind of just want to, it's okay to cry, but cry when you get home. Don't cry at school. Don't let everybody else see you weak, you know? Like, don't let everybody else see you sweat.
Right.
But no, I know that it is okay, you know, and when the time fits, I tell her it's okay to cry, but you're not about to sit and cry over no BS. That's not going to happen. Like, my daughter's not going to be no, she's not going to be that. But I would say another thing that I am definitely grateful for is the relationships that I have been in. Mm. I've learned a lot. And I think that even, you know, whether it be short term or long term, I try to feel like I gain something from each and every single one of them. That, you know, I take something and I'm able to bring it to the next one and learn something new, or, you know, teach the next one or something, you know, in that nature. And I think that I definitely have done that with my last about 3 relationships. Mm-hmm. I think those were my hardest and my happiest, and the things that I've learned the most from. And moving forward, it put me in a position where I know what I'm looking for now. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you still may not know exactly, you know, I'm still kind of quote unquote young. I'm 31. You know, I haven't been through so much, but I think that I've been through enough to know what I want right now and the person that I need to be to make someone else happy.
Which is what? What do you want, and who do you need to be?
Well, I think that I just want to be happy. You know, like, it's not anything that you can kind of pinpoint. You know, it's not anything materialistic. You're not looking for this descriptive guy. You know, you kind of just want somebody to make you happy. Mm-hmm. You know, whether it's companionship or you don't got to cook when you come home from work. You know, somebody that, you know, just the little things. You know, I noticed that now I appreciate the little things versus the things that you kind of made a big deal when you were 25.
Right.
You know, like, I don't care if somebody's buying me some sneakers. Like, I don't need that. But I see that you came here and you seen that I was at work all day. You met me when I got off of work, and you came and bought food, and now you're rubbing my feet. We just relaxing. Like, I appreciate that more than anything else.
Right.
You don't have to buy. You could buy me a 4 for $4. As long as I don't have to cook and we relaxing and I could just kick my feet up and you just, you know, had the decency to think of me.
Right.
You know, just people don't realize it's the little things, like, you know, just thinking about me. And I'm one of those type of people where I think of people, and I hate this, but I love it kind of at the same time. But it's like I think about other people all the time. Like, I'm such a selfless person. It could be the littlest, like, say if you like peanut butter M&Ms, and I'm coming here for the interview, I'm like, I know she like, let me go get her some peanut butter M&Ms. And it's like just the littlest thing. Like, no, it's not a diamond bracelet, but it's the peanut butter M&Ms.
Like, I thought of you.
Exactly. And that's the type of appreciation that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. You know, whether I give it or receive it, I think that is what I enjoy most, like the little things. Like, I'm not a materialistic person at all, but I do like my orchids. And I do like peanut butter M&Ms. And I do like an occasional Pepsi once in a while. And it has to be with ice. But, you know, I think that that is one of the things that I appreciate. And lastly, my daughter. She has taught me so much patience just with everything. Mm-hmm. Mainly life. You know, you don't have this blueprint of what it is you want to do or what you want to be. You know, you kind of just go as life goes. And when you do things like have children, whether it be at a younger age or older age, they teach you so much, you know, like whether it's patience or love or teaching you something about yourself, your kids just kind of always like bring you to that point. Mm-hmm. And I think that my daughter is like one of those people that kind of made me feel like a human being again. because like I said, I was this cold individual like beforehand, but then it's like, my daughter came around and she kind of warmed you up a little bit and kind of made you look at other people differently.
Right.
So.
Is her personality very similar to yours or different?
She is how I wish I was.
Wow. In what way? Aww. Pretty girls do cry.
No, you know what? My daughter is just like such a happy child. She's one of those people that want for nothing. She just likes to see everybody happy. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like nowadays, you don't meet too many kids that like that, that still have their innocence.
The childlike.
Exactly.
Purity.
Exactly. And she's very much so that. And I don't mean to say, she's how I wish I was, in a pure way. But I just mean just being so. And I don't want to say I wish I was naive, but you kind of wish you still kind of had that naiveness. Is that a word? Naiveness?
Mm-hmm. It is today.
You kind of wish you had it in you. Just so
you didn't see all the bad and you didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
Like you could just move through the world curious and open.
And that's exactly how she is. And she is just like so optimistic, just with the world in general. She sees the news and she just thinks positivity,
That's beautiful. How do we all get that?
I don't even know, how she got to be such an amazing kid. I don't know.
Because she has an amazing mom.
No. I don't think
that definitely has something to do with it.
I think that, I don't know.
She didn't raise herself.
She didn't raise herself, but I don't know what I did to make her be so amazing.
Your energy. It might have been nothing you said or nothing you really did, but just the energy and the way you carry yourself in the world. And just kids see that.
That's true. Kids definitely
They pick up on everything.
They see everything.
Regardless of what you might have said or not said to her, she feels your energy and who you are and how you move through the world. Probably more than anybody could feel it.
Yeah. Definitely.
As your child.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
So yeah, that was in large part thanks to you, Mama.
No, she's a great kid. She's a great kid, and I just want nothing but greatness for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not your average kid. She's into art and she's so creative. She likes to draw anime and she goes to Comic-Con and I'm over here what? What do you want to do? What are you talking about? You want to watch what show? I don't know what that is. Meanwhile, it's cupcakes and butterflies with happy faces. And I'm no, I don't know what that is. But she's a really good kid. I think that she is definitely going to have a bright future.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
Well, I hope not, because I'm all out. I'm all out of tears. I don't want to cry anymore.
So what is up next for you?
I am making it a point to do more of what makes me happy. And I want to travel more. I don't know how I'm going to finagle that because my vacation days are not that nice.
The way my vacation days are set up.
Exactly. I only have 10. So
how many sick days do you have?
Exactly. I'm wait a minute. Okay, so I have 2 vacation weeks and then I got sick days. So that's 3 weeks. 2 personal days. Attach that, to a long weekend. I don't know. So, but my goal is definitely to travel more. And I will say, the new boo and I have intentions on doing a couple travel plans. So I think that'd be
I love exciting. That. I'm looking forward to hearing how things go with the new boo. after you communicate. Don't worry, we have it on tape.
I know. We are gonna communicate. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be better, and I definitely just know that I have to work on my patience.
Yeah,
that's definitely key. As well as communication, patience is definitely key.
You're not the only one. So where can people reach you?
Oh,
are you on the gram or?
I am on the.
You have a private gram though. Do you want to keep it that way? Or you're
I think I am gonna keep it private only because my Instagram is so boring.
Well, thank you for coming on and playing this fun game with us. Did you like the game?
I did like the game, actually.
You guys can find the deck on Amazon.com. It's called Actually Curious. Thank you again, and thank you for being so open and for sharing your story and for playing the game with us.
Having me.
Yes, thank you.
You are amazing.
Thank you. And thank you guys for listening tonight. And please reach out to me and let me know what you think of today's show. You can reach me at Tanisha Wood on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And until next time, wish me love. Hello again, my lovely listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of DRL. If you like the show, be sure to go on iTunes and leave a rating and also write a review. And don't forget to share with your friends and tell them all about DRL. Thank you so much for supporting.